Hello and good evening, my YouTube family. And this is Real Conversation, and this is Angela speaking. Today, I specifically would like to speak to my couples, married couples, of course, and anyone else that is in a relationship, but specifically to my married couples today. Um, this is Coach Talk. And I will be discussing the title is Things to Avoid, Things to Avoid that will cause a breakdown in your relationship. So the title is Things to Avoid that will cause a breakdown in your relationship. And again, hello out there. If you're new to the channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you are returning and you're watching this, also welcome. I hope your weekend is going wonderful and fabulous. All right, so let me just relax and go through just a few things that I felt was very important to talk to my couples about, especially if you have been in your relationship for a while. Things tend to get stale at times, but you cannot allow it to go stale. It's all up to you guys to to make it well worth your while and to keep that relationship hot and spicy. So, to prevent the breakdown, these are a few key points that I'm going over. It was very strong in my spirit to now talk to the couples. So some of the things I will be discussing with you today are things that definitely will cause a breakdown in your marriage and your relationship. And the longer you stay in your relationship for many years, you want it to grow stronger and not break down and end up in divorce. Okay. So the first thing I had here was disrespecting your partner, disrespecting your spouse. Number one, by having so-called friends of the opposite sex calling your home, um, then disrespecting your spouse. Not just calling your home, but calling your home, calling for you, whether it may be the female or the male, any type of hours, whenever they feel like, because you give them the okay to do so. So this is the first one right here. So you cannot allow your so-called friends, if you're married, to call your home any time they want, any sort of hours, disrespecting your wife or your husband or your partner. That's total disrespect that will cause problems in the home and break down your marriage relationship. The second thing with that, when your spouse confront you regarding these situation, you're getting upset and frustrated and feel like he or she should not talk to you about this. You feel as though you are a grown woman or a grown man, and you should be able to have, these friends to call or talk to anytime. Of course, nothing wrong with that, but you made a commitment not to be a prisoner, but you made a commitment to be married. And with the marriage come respect. So, therefore, now that you're married, you're acting like a single woman or a single man, and it's unacceptable. Um, it's it doesn't sit right in the sight of God. No. So therefore, if they are asking you a question in concerning and confronting you in reference to who this woman is or who this man is that is calling the house anytime they feel like they want to because you give them the permission, um, if there's nothing going on when confronted, um, there shouldn't be an issue or an argument or a fight over it. There shouldn't be, again, anything to hide. You should be able to talk to your wife or talk to your husband and let them know what's going on. Or you shouldn't have a problem where you're just ignoring them. Again, that's total disrespect. Or the next thing, because you have nothing to say and it's disrespectful, when confronted, you are saying things like, it's none of your business. Yes, it is their business. That's your wife. That's your husband. They have a right to ask. It is their business to ask. Because again, you as the husband or you as the wife is showing them disrespect by allowing a person outside of your marriage to call your home and disrespect them. And this is where the problem lies. And because you who are allowing this is not honest or fair or just don't care anymore about the relationship, you just feel like you need to do anything you want to do. But again, you have to remember, you're no longer single. You made a vow. You're not a prisoner. You made a vow. And, you know, the respect should be there. Number two, not letting go of ex girlfriend or ex boyfriend. You still have their phone numbers and address. Again, not holding on to ex girlfriend or ex boyfriend phone numbers and addresses. Once again, if you felt like you didn't want to be married and quote unquote feel tied down, again, you're not a prisoner. You are a free man or a free woman. You should have just not even get married if you think you want to bring these kind of issue within your marriage relationship. So again, if you didn't want to let go, then you didn't need to be in a relationship to get married. So now you are messing up your relationship and messing with the emotions of your husband or your wife due to what you're doing at this time. So this situation is really saying that you weren't ready for marriage and you still want to play. You still want to play the field. You still want to be single as if you want to be a single person. You want to have your own way. As the old cliche says, you want to have your cake and eat it too. But again, it doesn't go that way when you made a commitment and in a marriage relationship. You cannot have your own way. You cannot have control and selfishness. It's not going to work. The marriage will not work out if there's no change. If you haven't made up your mind to put these away, these things, these friends, so-called friends, away. Number three, you want to stay out on the weekends or even on the weekdays when you get off of work, all hours of the night until midnight, come home, just basically come home, take a shower and go to bed, back up for work. It's not going to work out. Disrespecting your partner like this, or stay out on the weekends with your boys or your girls and not spending any time with your own wife or husband. What's in what sense does it make and even bother to get married? Again, you should have stayed out there, play the field, and not make this kind of commitment. So, with you doing these kind of things, you're saying, I still want to live a single life. So now you're trying to mess up your wife or mess up your husband emotionally, mentally. You're messing with them, messing with their emotions. You're hurting them because of the things you're doing. And then also, some of the excuse by hanging out with the boys or hanging out with the girls, coming in all kind of hours during the weekdays or during the weekdays. The excuses are goes some things like this. Um, Nothing is wrong with hanging out periodically with the boys or girls. Periodically is good because again, you're not a prisoner and you need to have space for yourself and time to hang out and enjoy with friends. But also, if you're doing this more often than you should, and your wife stay home or your husband stay home, then that's definitely too much. It's not good. It's just gonna lead to a breakdown in the relationship. But again, nothing is wrong with you hanging out with your friends periodically. But also, it depends again on the kind of friends. If it's the ex boyfriend or the ex girlfriend prior to you getting married, no, that's definitely a no no. Nobody is going to accept these kind of behavior. Nobody. Again, being in the relationship for a period of time to make it sweet and not to break down, try to find the things to spend quality time with them instead of so much time with your so-called friends that you're hanging out with. Because eventually, she, your wife, is going to leave you, or your husband is going to leave you and leave you with those friends that you're still holding on to from the past. So do make plans and spend time together instead of spending so much time with those other friends. The fourth thing is overspending and not saving. That's very simple. I really don't have to go into detail with that. Basically, if you're working and you're spending more money than you're saving, or not saving at all, these are issues right here. Major, major issues. Number 5, with withdrawing from doing your bedroom duties. Withdrawing from doing your bedroom duties. Again, that's self-explanatory. I really don't have to explain that. Everybody's grown adults. I'm talking to married couple here, adults. If you're withdrawing from doing your bedroom duties, this is one of the reasons why you get married. To enjoy sexual appeasing your husband or your wife, making love to your husband and or your wife. So if you're withdrawing from doing that, where do you leave the relationship? Where do you leave your partner? Where do you leave your husband or your wife? Think about it. Number 6, just overall bad behaviors. Disrespectful and bad behavior in the relationship, such as cheating. Again, cheating on your partner, that's not going to go down very well. As I said, that's one of the things that will cause a breakdown in the relationship for your partner to leave. Misdirected anger, and it's directing anger towards your partner instead of talking about the problem and the reason why anger is directing towards them. The next one is unsupportive to your partner. And when I say unsupportive, whatever it is that they're doing, you're not supportive of. For example, if they're going back to school, you're not happy for them. If they get a promotion on a new job and promotion, you're not happy, you're not supporting them. Especially, I said, for example, going into a new position at work, promoted, you're not unsupportive. Going back to school to further the education, you're not supportive. Next thing that could really break your relationship is hanging around toxic people. Toxic people. When I say toxic people, people that have bad behavior that will pass it over onto you to bring home, such as with control issues, for example. And new friends that maybe just toxic friends, toxic people, which is not good for the relationship. Withholding affection, withholding affection, not touching, cuddling, or holding your partner. Those are the things. And withdrawing your attention. So they're starving for your attention. So attention seeking, they're seeking your attention, and you're withholding these kind of affection. And lying. When you hang around certain toxic friends, they will pass over negative behaviors towards you, like lying, stealing, so on and so forth, cheating, because they're encouraging you to their bad behavior. So if you hang around people that have certain bad issue, eventually it will rub off on you. All right. As I said, stealing. I read something where it says about 30% of financial issues leads to marital problems and giving up in your relationship. About 30% leads to financial issues will cause a breakdown in your marriage as well. Because financial issues and stress will cause a breakdown. Another thing is giving up versus giving in. Giving up on the relationship will definitely cause a breakdown, versus giving in is basically giving in to compromise, to work within the relationship and make it work. Lack of communication, that is my final thought here. Lack of communication will be also a detriment within the relationship. So I do know that I know it's quite a bit that I gave you, but again, just overall hanging around with bad crowd, toxic people will pull you down and pull down your relationship. And I'm going back to the communication. Lack of communication will cause a major breakdown within your relationship. So this is it for today on Coach Talk. Again, I was speaking with my married couples, and those are in a relationship, but mainly my married couple, about things that you should avoid that will cause a breakdown in your marriage relationship. I want to thank you for watching. I hope this helped you in some way within your relationship, and I pray and hope there will be improvement. If there isn't, you could most likely, if you want the relationship to work, find professional, seek professional counseling to help you. Because I do know it's very tough if you've been in a relationship for a long time and now throwing it out the window. It's gone. It's not good. It's very sad. I hate to see relationship break apart because of lack of communication or just not doing your part, not playing your part, not playing your role, not being diligent in doing your part. Okay, once again, thank you for listening. I hope this helps a few of you couples out there to strengthen, reevaluate, and look at what's going on in the relationship, what you're doing or not doing that may be causing some of these issues. So, have a great day, afternoon, or evening. Um, and I will see you again real soon. Again, this is Angela from Real Conversation, and this was Coach Talk. Have a good day. Bye bye for now.